Hello friends, welcome to my channel Programming in Python with RSK, and I am Rajendra Kulkarni. In my previous video, I have introduced the viewers to certain aspects of string as a variable in Python. In this video, we will see how to access the elements of a string, and there are various built-in functions in Python related to string, which we will see one by one in this video. So this video specifically explains functions, the built-in functions. Now let us see, there is a string str which is defined as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then we give a print statement. So this A, B, C, D, E, F, G appears as it is in the string. Then print str index 1. What we expect this to output? Index 1 or index in a string starts from 0. So 0 is A, 1 is B. So the output should be B. That is what it is showing here. We can see a string A, B, C, D, E, F, G named str has the index 0 to 6. In Python, there is also a way of indexing it as -1, 2, 3. -1 shall be at the last element of the string, and -7 in this case shall be the first element of the string. Both positive indexing and negative indexing is allowed in Python. Then our next statement is print str index -5. So this is the -5 index which represents character C in the string. So the output shall be C. Similarly, for -3 we shall find the output as E. Now if we want to change the element in the string once we have defined it in our program, how to do it? Is it possible? Let us see what happens when we want to change a character in the string. So again a string A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and now we want character at index 3, which is D in the particular string. We want to replace it by G. So we write str index 3 is equal to G, and then try to find out whether it has happened. So when executing this program, what we get is str object does not support item assignment. We have already seen in our earlier videos that string is immutable. We cannot change the content or element of a string programmatically during runtime, and this is the proof of that a string is a immutable collection. Now what we are doing, s is equal to programming print s, and s is programming in Python print s. When we go for print statement, the string s in first instance of print output is programming, which is what we have assigned to string s. Then we again go for S is equal to programming in Python. As a definition defining the string S, we get the desired output, because in the first case the object programming is being referred by S. In the second, when we assign a second programming in Python as a second value, the object programming in Python now starts referring to S, but what earlier S was referring to is destroyed. So now new object to which the variable name S as a string variable starts referring to is programming in Python, which we have assigned here. So earlier object to which S was referring is destroyed. Here 1, -5, -3 are all indexes. Accessing string elements using index is a simple way of accessing the elements. Here S1 is a string, and whether we are finding out and assigning the value indexed at 4 of S1, that particular character we are assigning to a variable later. So when S1 index 4 is assigned to later, what is the character at index 4? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. T is the character. So T will get assigned to later, and this print statement will output T as a output. A string can be sliced, or we can extract a small portion of substring from the given string. How it is done? str m colon n, both m and n enclosed in the square brackets. What it does when we give this statement in our program, it returns part of the string, or it slices the string starting from mth index, or the character at index m, and up to the character appearing at index n. But there is a catch. The sliced string will start from m, it will include the character at index m, but it excludes the character at index n. So what we get out of it is characters of a string, or content of a string, any string, starting from m and including m, which is the index, up to index n minus 1. So m, in whatever character is present at index m is included, it will come out as a sliced string, but character appearing at index n minus 1 will be the end character. N will not be included. The index side, whatever is present at index n, will not be included in the sliced string. What is slicing? Extracting a substring from a given string, or extracting characters from a given string. Example program, we have assigned ABCDEFG to string str, then output is whatever is we have assigned. Then we give a statement print str2 colon 5. So what we expect this to happen? a slice of the string str will be displayed as the output of print statement, and that slice will start from index 2 and end at index 5 minus 1, which is 4. We can see here the output should be the characters at index 2 to 4, CDE. When I ran this program, I got CDE as extracted slice. It extracts from second element to fourth element. So element last whatever is the element number mentioned here minus that minus 1 of that index will be outputted. Another way is s is equal to str0 colon, and there is nothing here. So what we expect from this is the character at index 0 to character at the end of the string, but end minus 1. So in this case n is 6, even though it is not mentioned here. The compiler will take a value of index which is the last index of the string. Here in this case it is 6, and the output will be in whatever are the characters from 0th index to index number 4, or sorry, index number 5. So what we get is FC A B C D E F, that is the output. Similarly, we can slice a string with this kind of notation into the square bracket, colon and 6. What we get is A B C D E F extract start to end minus 1. str index at minus 2 and then colon will give us last two characters F and G. str colon minus 2 will give us A B C D E escape. This will cause last two characters to escape. This will cause the two characters from the end of the string to be displayed. Similarly, str colon minus 5 will output A and B as the extracted string or sliced part of string str S. Now we can also give any number, arbitrary number here, which can be more than the number of characters in the string, but that is allowed. So bound of the string, which is 7 or 6 in this case, or 7 total number of characters. So str20 will be out of bound of whatever we have assigned the string with, but that is allowed. What it will do is it will go up to the end of the string starting from index number 2. So C D E F G will be the output, C D E F G. In Python, taking care of bound of a string or any other container doesn't come into the programmer's way. The Python compiler allows and takes care of any bound which is exceeding any string or any statement which is causing the defined strings bound to be exceeded. Then we will see concatenation and repetition of a string. Here S is defined as Python, S1 is defined as is interesting. A S2 is equal to S plus 1. S2 is equal to S plus 1. What will do? What will happen? S2 will be assigned with concatenating or joining two strings S and S1, and S2 will be a third string, and when we display that string, this Python is interesting, which is actually concatenation of S and S1. Now here what we are doing is concatenating a single character as a string, which is underscore, to S. In Python, a single character is also a string. In some programming languages, there is a special variable which can hold a single character, like char variable in C, but in Python there is nothing called a variable which can hold a single value or single character. Or all the single character are strings in Python. When we print S 5 times, print S in multiplied by 5 means we want the contents of S to be displayed 5 times. So what we get is Python under the dash Python dash Python dash. So repeats Python and assigned and dash, which is now becoming a part of S 5 times. We can also assign certain value to a string which we want to appear a number of times. Now in this case it is a into 10, that is possible. Print a into 20 repeats a 20 times. Print a, which is a string now named a, is assigned with a, capital A, 10 times, because we want it to be assigned to string a 10 times. There is a way of finding out a substring in a string. This is S, a string assigned with programming in Python, and then to a variable S1 we are assigning a statement or a value evaluated by the statement Python in S. Since Python is present in S, S1 will be assigned with value true, which is a bool type of variable. Type S1 is class bool. Then there is an operator in and functions len, min and max. How those are used we will see here. A is equal to S in S1. What this statement tells us? it is trying to find out whether S is appearing in S1, and if it appears, it will be evaluated to true. This S in S1 will evaluate to true and assigned to AA, and then it appears as true when we execute print AA. Then this is a function len. It tells us how many characters are there in the string S1. In this case, the string contains 14 characters. Then what is minimum character in S1? Now what does this mean means? This is a function. Actually it is evaluating a string and outputting a character which is having the lowest or the minimum value in Unicode in the form of a int number. So is interesting, the min or a minimum character value of a character in this string is I, because please note a capital character starts with 90 in Unicode also, and a small case character A in both the cases will start at 123. So the I capital will have the minimum value because the capital characters in Unicode has the minimum value as compared with the lowercase characters. Max will be T. Now Steve is having maximum is assigned with T is assigned with a maximum int value in this particular string as a Unicode value or Unicode int value. Function min and max outputs characters with the lowest and highest Unicode values present in the string respectively. Then how to count number of times, how many number of times a character appears in a string? Now this is the way for letter in S1. If letter is equal to small case I or letter is equal to capital case I, we want this count to increment when there is an occurrence of small I or a big I. When this for loop is run, the in operator will traverse through the string S1, and whenever there is a I small or I capital appearing in the string, it will increment the count by 1, and when the for loop terminates at the end of the string, when the string ends, what we get is count is equal to 3. So I and capital I and small I all together here appears 3 times in the string. The operator in is a very versatile operator in Python. We can use it in many ways. A few ways we have discussed in earlier videos. In case of strings, how we use operator in? We can see here A is equal to fruits and T is a string. A is a string. If into the bracket character T in AA. Print found T in AA. So what this statement will do? You can see here no loop is there. For loop or while loop we are not employing. Simply T in AA will cause the traversing of string from its 0th index to the end of string, and in between if there is a T we will get a found T in AA. Now in this case, whenever T appears as a first instance, this n will stop traversing and will give the output found T in AA. There are two T's here, but what we get is only one output because n traverses the string till the first occurrence of the character desired here, and as soon as that character is found, the traversing stops and the output is displayed. If we should have employed for, then for every T appearing in the string would have given us a output found T in AA. So there we could have found two found in TAA outputs if we would have employed for loop. Now we will see how we can use in finding out if there are characters which are common in both the strings AA and BB. So for character in AA, print character is equal to character. When this executes, what in will cause? It will start traversing from the first character in the string, and that will be printed by this print statement FRUI. This will be the output of this character is equal to character statement. This is a for loop. At the same time, if that character is also in BB, then common character in both strings and that character will be displayed. So we get common character in both strings I, then character T, character S, and common character in both strings S. See here, fruits has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. Jasmine has more than 6 characters, but this in will traverse through fruits, through A and not through BB. So after fruits end is reached, this A in operator will end the traversing. We can compare strings in Python. Before that, a small understanding of characters and Unicode characters and Unicode numbers. We are having a print statement here, which chr is a function and a number, some number in as its argument. So print chr 109. 109 represents M, small cap M. Character chr 77. 77 represents capital M in a Unicode scheme. With this knowledge, we can now see how strings are compared. There are 4 strings A, BB, CC and DD assigned with A assigned with mangoes with capital M, BB assigned with mangoes with small case m, CC is again mangoes with capital M, and dd with mango e. We have skipped s here, mangoes का s skip किया है. Now this chr function gives us corresponding character. This ord function which we are using here, having an argument, some character as an argument, will give us the value, int value of that character in Unicode scheme. So here ord under in the bracket m, this m represents character 109, is represented by character 109. So we expect output as 109 here and output as 77 in this case. When we run this program, we get 10977 as the output of this ordm and ord capital M function. Print a is equal to bb. A is mangoes with M capital, BB is mangoes with M small case. This M has a value of 77, this M has a value of 109. So print A is equal to BB returns false. A is equal to CC returns true because both are exactly the same strings. Print A is less than BB. Now AA starts with M, which is having a value of 77, and BB starts with small cap M with a value of 109. So AA less than B turns out to be true. Naturally AA greater than BB will be false. A is equal to DD will be false because mangoes here and here S is missing. So these two are different strings, so it comes out to be false. There is a case of memory allocation, how Python manages memory of a variable when it changes, expands or shrinks in runtime program when the program is in running. Let us see what happens. We have 4 strings here. Then this print len statement give us the number of characters in these strings 7, 7, 8 and 1. Then what we have done is S4 is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3. So S4 now becomes amalgamated string A, B, C, D, E, F, G to O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. So this is the actual S1 string now. S1 is equal to S1 plus S2 plus S3. ID of S1 is 10416 and ID after addition of these 3 strings for S1 is 9312 ending with 9312. What tells us is when a string expands or when a string contracts, a new object is created and hence the earlier object to which the string was the string's name was referring is now destroyed as far as our program is concerned, and the string S1 or whatever is the name starts referring to another object which is created after certain operation on that string. In this case it is S1 plus S2 plus S3. Strings S4 length is only 1. When S1, S2, S3 are joined, S4 becomes a length of 22. the memory requirement for SPARE changes from 1 character to 22 characters. Since every variable is an object, Python creates new object and bind it to S4. That is how memory management is done internally. So thank you for viewing. Please share, like, if you have liked this, please like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel Programming in Python with RSK. This is the program link to the channel. If this link doesn't work, please just copy it and paste it on your YouTube or Chrome or some whatever you are using in its search bar. I also run a channel Programming in C with RSK, where I have already uploaded more than 50 videos. That the idea of that channel is this one. Please subscribe to both of my channels. Thank you once again.